What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Very, very excited to watch this fight tomorrow night in Carson, California. The WBC Junior welterweight title will be at stake when Regis Prograis, former unified junior welterweight champion, takes on former junior welterweight contender Jose Zepeda. This fight's going to go down in Carson, California, at the Dignity Health Park, formerly known as the StubHub Center. I'll be interested to see what type of crowd they draw there, because this is a very, very important fight in the junior welterweight division. You've got a lot of belts that have been put up for grabs, as Josh Taylor, who was the former undisputed at 140 pounds, decided to take a rematch with Jack Catterall, so that called for different sanctioning bodies to strip him of those belts. And now we have a very, very intriguing matchup with the WBC title at stake. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Now, Jose Zepeda, very crafty fighter. He reminds me of Mauricio Herrera. He was a guy that fought at 140 pounds too, just like Jose Zepeda. But Zepeda has more power than Maurice Herrera. Zepeda is a southpaw, very, very crafty fighter. He's a classic 1-2. You know, he used the jab as a probing jab, and he's looking to land that left hand. He's out of that Manny Pacquiao school of fighting. Make no mistake about it. He likes to jump in and get off the 1-2. He likes to try to overwhelm you at times. He's a guy that's a read and react type of fighter. If he gets you to get defensive and have the high guard up, he starts throwing hooks to the body. He's a very fundamentally sound fighter. Now, when you look at Regis Prograis, that guy's got power. One hitter quitter power. He busts his opponent up, man. If he ain't knocking you out, he busting you up, man. He's doing damage. Very heavy hitter. Make no mistake about it. He's out of the southpaw stance. He's very versatile type of fighter. He can mix it up in the phone booth, go toe-to-toe with you. He can fight on the outside. He's got great head movement, great upper body movement. He's got a great jab when he looks to use the jab. Sometimes he looks to load up too much, for my opinion. He kind of forgets about his jab, but he has a very, very good jab. He's a very, very versatile fighter. So it's a very, very interesting matchup. It's what I call a 50-50 fight. Now, I give the slight edge to Regis Prograis. He's been in there with the better competition. Josh Taylor was the best opponent on his resume. Jose Zepeda has not fought anybody on that level. But now, Zepeda was supposed to fight Josh Taylor before Josh Taylor relinquished all those belts. Right after the Jack Catterall fight, Top Rank Boxing was looking to set up Josh Taylor versus Jose Zepeda. But Josh Taylor heard the people in the UK saying that he actually lost that fight to Jack Catterall, that he was gifted a decision, that they robbed Jack Catterall. And I do not understand how that's a robbery. You know, maybe I got to go back and watch that fight. I don't look at that fight as no robbery. I thought it was a very close fight. Very, very close fight. It could have been a draw. You know, it could have been 7-5 either way. It wasn't like Jack Catterall won that fight. You know, you let people tell it, man, you would have thought Jack Catterall won that fight 10 rounds or 2 or something. You know, when you talk about robbery, or 9 rounds or 3. It wasn't the case. It was 7-5 either way or 6-6. You know, why are you saying that fight was a robbery? But when Regis Prograis go down there and fight Josh Taylor in the UK in a very close, razor-thin decision, you know, and I thought Regis Prograis won that fight myself. That's just my opinion. But I wasn't saying it was a robbery, because it was a lot of close rounds. It was a lot of close rounds, a lot of swing rounds. So I don't know why these UK fans saying that Jack Catterall got robbed. I think it's really come from the fact that Jack Catterall was such a huge underdog, and he outperformed outperformed people's expectations. So just because somebody outperformed people's expectations don't mean they got robbed. You know, I think that's the case in that fight, man. I don't think he got robbed, man. I thought it was a very close fight. Give Josh Taylor credit for running it back. They're supposed to be fighting, I believe, in February, right? February 4th. February 4th is shaping up to be a good day of boxing, just like May 6th. I did a video about that yesterday. May 6th is going to be a good day. They're setting the stage for Canelo to go over there to the UK and take on the winner of Zach Parker and John Ryder. And then later on that night, we're going to have Deontay Wilder taking on Andy Ruiz at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And we could have that Same scenario playing out for February 4th when we have Josh Taylor taking on Jack Catterall. This here in the U.S., in the afternoon. And then at night we have Keith Thurman taking on Errol Spence Jr. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. I think this fight is going to be a fight that's going to be fought in the middle of the ring. I think both guys are going to be letting their hands go. This is a very important fight. The vacant WBC title is on the line. This will be the biggest victory of Jose Zepeda's career if he's able to get it. This will be one of the biggest wins of Regis Prograis. But I think Regis Prograis probably would say, nah, I think the win over Barnachek was probably bigger, because that was a unification fight, wasn't it? He went there for the unification fight, as they basically was doing a de facto tournament in the junior welterweight division, what ultimately led to Josh Taylor taking on Jose Ramirez Jr. With all that being said, it's a great matchup. I think both guys bring a lot of attributes to the table, but I just think the power advantage that Regis Prograis has will carry the day. I think skill set wise, Regis Prograis is a little bit better, and I think power wise, he's a little bit better. Now, Jose Zepeda has sneaky power. He's got underrated power. I like what he did to Josu Vargas. That fight did not go where a lot of people expected. A lot of people thought that fight was going to be very competitive, but he was able to stop him early. It wasn't in the first round. I think it was a first round knockout. I remember that fight because the altercation that happened in the lead up to that fight in the final press conference, as both teams was going back and forth with each other. And I was very excited to watch that fight just based off that, but the fight did not live up to the final press conference, as Jose Zepeda put to sleep Jose Vargas like he had given him some NyQuil. With all that being said, it's a great matchup. I like Regis Prograis to get a 10th round TKO in a very exciting, a very fun fight, a very back and forth fight. Both fighters promising KOs. Both fighters don't see this fight going a distance, but I don't think it's going to be no highlight reel knockout. I just think the thudding power punches of Regis Prograis will slowly start to deteriorate Jose Zepeda. You know, one fight that really bothers me about Jose Zepeda is the Hank Lundy fight. If that performance wouldn't have took place, I probably would give him a much better opportunity to maybe steal this fight. But I just look at that fight. Hank Lundy is a guy that's very tough-minded, very tough fighter, a guy that's going to talk his shit. And I thought Hank Lundy actually beat Jose Zepeda. I actually thought he won that fight. I don't know if Jose Zepeda was just a bad night at the office or whatever the case may be, but that fight really sticks in my memory. And if that version of Jose Zepeda shows up, he's going to get stopped earlier than what I'm predicting, that's being the 10th round. So we will see what happens. And we will see what transpires. Hopefully this will be the first step of solidifying the top dog at 140 pounds. We got other vacant belts that's going to be taking place in the IBF and the WBA early part of next year. And we'll see how it all plays out in the junior welterweight division. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Who you like in this matchup? Give me the winner of this fight. And if you think it's going to be a stoppage, give me the round in the comment section. Follow me on Facebook, Gerard.Briscoe.3551. Like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I holla.